Kids, have you ever thought, why doesn't school teach you to stand up to authority? Yeah. It has all of these history lessons where it laments about all these great people that stood up and victorious in order to have freedoms, social freedoms and truth. But why doesn't the school ever teach you to stand up for your freedom? Why doesn't the school ever teach you to stand up for your rights? And I'll tell you why. Because the school knows that if it taught you how to stand up, how to not comply, how to not be obedient, the entire school would refuse to go along with the school's narrative. The school knows that it's highly dangerous to teach people, students, who have the power because they've got the numbers, how to use that power. And so what happens is when the school withdraws that power from you, it keeps you in ignorance on purpose. You then start to comply with the school and obey the school. And then that programming that they've put inside of you, that's then reiterated to the external government, and you start to comply with the government like you did with the school. And you have fear instilled inside of you, fear of detention when you're young, because when you're younger, detention's a big thing. So when you're young, you have these like really big punishments, right? Which seem to you big at the time, but as an adult, they're not. And that installs the fear inside of you. That says to you, if you don't obey authority, nasty things are going to happen to you. Because you can't give an adult a detention, can you? Unless it's a quarantine. So if you put an adult in a school and then you gave that adult a detention, the adult will tell you to get lost. But if you get a child and you tell the child to go into detention, it will. And if you tell the child to go into quarantine, it will. So what you have to do, what you have to think is that how have you been programmed at school, which is now transferring to your behavior as an adult. The school will never, ever, ever, ever teach you ever to stand up to authority or to say no to authority, because it knows that if it teaches you that, if it gives you the skills to do that, then the students will turn against the school. There's 30 students in the class and one teacher. Imagine what would happen if the entire school refused to go to school. The school can't expel the entire school. And the reason is because it's not going to get any money. It's all about the money. Because when the government controls you, you pay your taxes. And then the government can go and take your country to war. And if you think that school and government aren't the same thing, the school controls your mind. You're there 9 to 5 every day, 5 days a week. Daddy doesn't know what's going on in school. And if Daddy did, he might not do anything because he won't understand. So while you're there from 9 to 5 having your brain programmed, accepting the system going into you, that's a form of mind control. What do you think government is? Well, let's have a look at the etymology of the word government. Govern, well, everyone knows what that means. It means to control. Munt. Well, it's not a mint, but it does come from the word mente, which is Latin, and mente means mind. So now let's put those two words together that we've now learnt in our special education class today with me, and you have govern mind or mind control.